Look at the front of this vehicle. There's no logo, there's no brand name anywhere on the front fascia, but I guarantee you already know what vehicle this is. The Jeep Wrangler pulls up something a car brand like Buick can't.
That's not a Buick. That's what I told him.
You know this is a Jeep. You don't need a name badge to tell you it's a Jeep Wrangler. If you really can't tell what vehicle this is, there are subtly placed Jeep badges on the side of the vehicle. Most notable differences of the JL's design are functional front fender vents, a sculpted line across the belt line of the vehicle, a more three-dimensional 7-slot grille, and turn signals that have been moved to the front fenders. But my favorite part of the JL are the optional LED headlamps that look sweet no matter what time of the day it is. Of course, it only appears you can get the LED lighting package on more expensive Sahara and Rubicon models. You can get
6.5 hours later.
You can get a base Sahara for around 37 grand, but this one is approaching $50,000. You are getting a lot of vehicle for the money though. Inside is where the JL really shines. The quality of the materials is miles ahead of the previous gen. There are really nice touches like beautiful soft stitch leather on the dashboard, door panels, and center armrests, and high quality plastics throughout. But it doesn't feel so luxurious to the point that it loses that Jeep ruggedness. All the knobs have a nice rubberized finish and weight to them. There's visible bolts on the center console and really cool metal finishes on the shifter knobs. I am in awe of the detail on this cabin. I mean, just look at this startup screen and how it morphs from the old Jeep to the new JL, while a little Wrangler drives across the bottom of the screen and a since 1941 message pops up to the left. It's so cool! Not to mention the Easter eggs on the windshield, wheels, and shifter. There's also a camo-esque pattern throughout the cabin and infotainment screen for a distinctive look. And speaking of infotainment, the Wrangler finally gets the latest version of Uconnect on a 5, 7, or 8.4 inch touchscreen like we have here. The system is responsive, intuitive, and thankfully includes Apple CarPlay and Android Auto capabilities. Not to mention, this is the first Wrangler with a backup camera. And if you get the optional Alpine sound system, you get this ginormous subwoofer in the back. But let's be real, you don't buy the Wrangler for anything I've mentioned so far. You buy it for what it can do on and off the pavement. Let's start by looking at this key fob. I mean, this is a meaty chunk of plastic, and it's kind of hinting that you're driving a special vehicle that can do a lot of things that most or no other vehicle on sale right now can do. First, there's the roof. With a soft top like this Wrangler, you can easily create a 5-seat, 4-door convertible after releasing a latch on the driver and passenger side, then pushing up and then down on the roof. Putting it down does take a little more muscle though. You can create an even more immersive experience by easily removing the rear windows, and then pulling a rear latch to bring the whole top down. Although you can get a removable hardtop or hardtop with a sliding fabric roof, I feel like the soft top is the best option cost and space wise. You don't need a bunch of garage space to store this roof or use any tools to take it off. Then of course, there's the doors, which you can take off using the included mini toolkit. However, this time around there's some added steps. Unlike before, the door can stop midway like a traditional door, which great, good stuff, but that requires an additional step to take the inner bolt off. You also have to take a plastic panel off and then fumble with the plug for a while, which again makes the footwell look nicer, but just adds time to the process. Once that's all done, there's a new convenient place to grab onto the door sculpted right into the door panel, and once they're off, I'd never want to put them back on. It's stupid fun to drive around with the doors off and roof pulled back. It creates a driving experience like nothing else on the road. As a commuter car, this is kind of where the Wrangler struggles a bit. The vague steering requires a lot of correction while cruising on the highway, and the ride can get a little bouncy on the pavement. But the Wrangler wasn't built to be a smooth, quiet commuter car. And although I didn't really get the chance to take this on a serious off-road trail, whatever I threw at it, it took it with ease and actually delivered a compliant ride on those dirt roads. I do wish the seats had a little more side bolstering to keep me in place in the corners or when going off-road. Under the hood is an updated 3.6 liter V6 engine paired to a new 8-speed automatic. It even has a pretty throaty exhaust note. And it feels a lot quicker and more refined than previous Wranglers. Auto stop-start technology also is a lot smoother than other FCA vehicles I've driven in the past, and helps the V6 Wrangler achieve 23 miles per gallon on the highway and 18 in the city. Looking at the Wrangler as a whole, most of its downfalls are just way overshadowed by its numerous capabilities and charm that is just not matched by any other new vehicle sold right now, and it's left me completely smitten.